Thank you very much, Thomas and Simon. Welcome back, everyone, to Hearthstone Grandmasters with Frodan and TJ. TJ, I think that Thomas guy is like so good at his job. It's actually kind of embarrassing to watch that Hot Takes episode just over and over.
I know.
When it's just so one-sided.
Yeah.
Polarized matchups, if you ask me.
I mean, I don't think Simon has ever even won a week of Hot Takes, so
maybe
we'll get that guy out of here.
That's right. Maybe Tom can go easy on him just for one episode. Speaking of tough matchups, I mean, we got Highlander Priest again versus Malagos Druid again.
Yeah.
Can Saiyan do it once more against America's Finest? Can he ascend even further beyond?
We shall see. He lost to bloodyface last time in their initial match of this group. But I felt like there was a lot of close spots. It was 2-1, but one of those games was kind of gifted to Saiyan because bloodyface just forgot that Malagos was still on the list. He had seen a Malagos from a Dream Portal previously, so that's kind of forgivable outside of just completely forgetting that it's there with absolutely nothing happening beforehand. But despite that, still ended up coming out on top of the series. So we'll see if Saiyan can turn it around this time.
Yep, totally fair. So here we go. Opening mulligan, Saiyan having the overgrowth start things off. Can bloodyface find a way to out-tempo him and maybe control the state of the game enough to stop Saiyan's burst? And it does feel like the Malagos Druid a lot of times is just kind of piecing it together. And if they do get the ideal combo lineup, by all means. But against Priest, it seems like you don't really ever get the ideal combo. It's more like, how can I piece together, a very big combo that doesn't necessarily end the game and then finish in a different way.
That's a curve, Dan.
Yep. I mean, you got the dragon, the breath of dreams, the overgrowth. Last time this happened, though, Saiyan lost. So we'll see.
I mean, this particular hand, though, where he goes breath of dreams into overgrowth, into lightning bloom Ysera, into overflow.
Yeah,
that one seems difficult.
It's pretty nasty. Well, if you overgrowth and then you go to 7 and then you innervate. Oh, I guess he still has the coin. Yeah, all right. Oh, geez. It's all coming together very nicely here.
Oh, yeah. This is
right,
the juice.
I was saying, like, you can't really overgrowth, but that coin actually ends up being super valuable for Saiyan because of that. Almost kind of lets him have a very smooth curve, and even ways to add to that tempo if he doesn't hit with the Anubisoth, with the Dream Portal, still has a Anubisoth Defender. But yeah, this does seem like a really good opportunity for Ysera. The question becomes, are you extending too much into the Cabal Acolyte turn with Wave of Apathy? But it shouldn't really be the case. It shouldn't deter you enough from doing a powerful play like this.
Especially because he gets to follow it up with the overflow. I mean, I guess bloodyface has forbidden words for this, but doesn't want to spend his whole turn doing a whole lot of nothing. Removing a 4/12 when there's going to be bigger fish to fry in the coming turns.
Right. I mean, there's going to be some very big fish. Here we go, overflow. I mean, this is turn 5 from Saiyan?
Yep. Oh, did not hit any portals? The heck?
No portals.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, one portal. Wow, that's a big one. And the ability to just play the Anubisoth. He has a 2-turn lethal set up next turn. Okay. Bloodyface has... He's got Wave of Apathy to stop some stuff. He can go ahead and use the Shadow Word the Forbidden Words at the very end of his turn as well. So what can you do with that other, like,
Adam Lizzle,
4
Draconic
mana
Studies.
here?
You could go Broomstick and kill off the Anubisoth. So,
What
I don't know.
is
Madame
it?
Lizzle first.
The future is clear. Your demise be.
See if anything you get will change your play. Speaker Gidra is actually really nice. Could help clean up with Holy Nova or Breath of the Infinite. He's got some expensive spells tucked away there.
Very good tool. That's kind of what I feel like it is, though. It's just kind of a tool. It's not really, like, exactly what you're looking for. Not to mention it with, like, the knowledge of, like, germination being in the hand.
Got another one from the Mind Vision.
Double Gidra. I mean, I don't really feel like you need more than one here. Yeah, we shall see.
I wonder.
Did you know what Speaker Gidra did, Dan?
What?
I was just jesting.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a punchline. Like, do you, like, what did Speaker Gidra do? And there's like some kind of one-liner there. Yes, I know what it does, and it does look like to be a very effective minion. But like, Saiyan has a lot of opportunity to develop onto the board here, with maybe even an opportunity to set up for better combos if you choose to play a Twilight Runner. The Speaker Gidra doesn't exactly have combo spells to go with either, so I like this Alex Strauss. I like this push. I mean, he's got double swipe, double Moonfire next turn. That's 10 damage.
Yeah. You could even go like Horus Warden, swipe, then Hero Power, swipe, Moonfire, Moonfire.
Right, for a little bit extra.
Yeah,
I
a lot of options.
Nature.
Right. Either way,
Now
this
goes
is
picked
kind
up
of
on the top
a
is
dire
lethal
situation
regardless.
for Bloodyface.
Yeah. Well, the Speaker Gidra Apotheosis does take a decent chunk off
that's
the board
12
and
million.
heals up a lot. Because he can trade this over the Anubisoth and the Alexstrasza. He'd still leave 4 power on the board, but he'd gain 12.
Yeah, Bloodyface just making sure he's picking up the optimal sequence and take out that Alexstrasza. And just like that, Bloodyface recovers at 10 health. Okay. I guess if you're saying it's kind of hard to pass up a double 5 clear here, but you are coming up on some powerful mana turns here where your opponent could play like Soul Mirror. I guess maybe your opponent has shown that they don't have Soul Mirror. But at the same time, they did want to gain a bunch of life, so I could understand if he chose to opt out of that.
Yeah. I think he wanted to pick up some portals there. He just wants them kind of peppered in.
Right.
But this Twilight Runner might allow that. Bloodyface still has to find a decent response to this. Murzon, I guess. Oh, Murzon plus Broom. Ah, yes, the Draconic Studies discount.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
It allows him to draw cards with it. But I think Saiyan is okay with that as long as he didn't remove his Twilight Runner because he wants to draw those cards.
Yeah.
But it's kind of devastating because it looks like Saiyan's going to lose everything but that Twilight Runner. Wow, a Jungle Panther. I mean, how do you even deal with that? I guess you really can't.
it makes things really awkward because I think he wanted to keep as much stuff alive as possible. That's why he traded Murazond in, and then he was going to trade the Twilight Runner into whatever came out of the Teacher's Pet. I mean, this does allow him to clear off the Ysera, but he looks unhappy with that type of trade pattern. So,
wow. I mean, this looks like a very clean swipe from Saiyan's side.
It's so clean, and it'll net whatever damage he would have gained by trying to save it for Malagos, right? Because by being able to swipe here, he guaranteed pushes through 5 more damage than he otherwise would have. I guess he would have been able to push it through no matter what. I don't know.
Right.
All right.
Whoa, another big dragon. So the Innervate and then the Twilight Runner attack. Does he want to swipe first, though? Oh, yeah, Speaker Gidra swipe. That makes sense. Big damage. An opportunity to push 9 thanks to the stealth minions.
Oh!
Wow.
He got a Jungle Panther, too! Oh, man.
I think the Jungle Panther for Saiyan was way better than Bloody Face's. Oh, wow. Solmir's pretty sick.
Yeah, he will No, he won't overdraw, actually. He'll fill up his hand.
He'll be effectively at like an overdraw situation. Nope, finds the Lazul scheme.
Now the question is, does he want to heal or play like a wand maker?
I wonder.
Getting the mana out of the way for wand maker. Okay, does want to heal. I mean, that does play around the Malagos double Moonfire breakpoint.
Right.
Looks like Bloody Face remembers this time.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. They do have a Malagos in their deck.
Oh, and holding on to the Jungle Panther. Okay, I like this. Now letting like a Crystal Power take it out for free, not be able to contest board. And I don't think this Guardian Animals does anything.
It makes the Anubisoth free.
It does make the Anubisoth free. Actually, there might be a Twilight Runner. Yeah. There's a Twilight Runner.
Still pushing that damage. That 1. And now Bloody Face has to kind of figure out a way to deal with this. He has 2 forms of AoE in the Holy Nova and the Breath of the Infinite. Go ahead and Mind Flayer as well to dump the hand. And I think that's a devastating moment here.
Ooh.
Onu. And the dump.
You can dump almost all of it, because now you Moonfire, swipe, then you can Teacher's Pet as well. You just leave him with a Germination and a Guardian Animals that you know is dead.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty hard. And then from Sam's perspective, can he find a way to kill anyways?
Oh, he's gonna Germination.
Yeah,
Taunt?
taunts to stop it from physically attacking him. Bloodface doesn't want to die.
I suppose.
Whoa?
It's not enough.
He has Speaker Gidra and Holy Nova.
Okay.
Or maybe Speaker Gidra and Breath of the Infinite.
Okay.
React to what's happening. And then he can even Shadow Madness potentially. Push damage. And next turn swipe for the win.
I wonder.
There's something here, TJ. He's got to rack his brain kind of quick, but I think it's a Speaker Gidra setup here.
Because he also has to think about what the rest of the cards mean going back to Bloodyface's hand, like a Shadowward Ruin. Oh!
Oh no, it's a King Mukla?
Yeah, that one's hard because like you see the Zixor and you're like, oh my gosh, I can Shadow Menace the Zixor, trade it off and have a Zixor in my deck, but it would actually go to Bloodyface's deck.
Right. I wasn't really thinking about that. It was more like Shadow Madness to just push damage.
Yeah,
But I guess he doesn't have enough to damage at that point.
Yeah, he still wouldn't have enough because he'd push 7 that turn and then Bloodyface would just heal and clear the board.
Okay.
And he wouldn't actually be drawing cards either because it would have been drawing cards for Bloodyface.
Life and hope are worth fighting for. We must stop.
Oh, the Emerald Explorer as well. That's a nice little taunt in the
Jeez.
way. Evasive Draconid. Oh, that's like
I
the
mean,
ultimate Malagos protection.
At this
as well.
point, it feels like Saiyan really has to hope.
Yeah. Oh, and Reaver actually,
yeah.
because there's a lot of portals. There's a ton of portals.
Yeah, he needs to find a Malagos off his portals. That's his out. Nope.
Still get there.
Yeah, but does he have time now, right? He's staring at 19 on the other side.
So he needs some like a Malagos from a portal right now. He needs a Breath of Dreams. Breath of Dreams into the rest of his portals. And that gives Malagos. The portals give Malagos? I don't know. Alright, let's see.
Oh!
Ysera?
I mean, that's potential burst.
Okay.
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 Oh.
Listening.
Meh. And meh.
Okay,
Dream?
a dream portal has given a bunch of minions that can't be targeted. Bloodyface has 8, 10, 19 on the board.
He can Aeon Reaver Shadow Madness, which would give him 21.
What
Saiyan takes 2 fatigue, so 23 max. It appears.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Gonna go ahead and big ol' whelp first. Jeez, there's just so many cards that Priest has to shut down the Druid, and I think from here, Bloodyface has 2 choices. Either try to clear off everything you possibly can and just outlast them, or pressure the Druid. I think I like the clear everything off plan. Ooh, leave it up to Ysera? Oh, it's gonna Mind Flare at the very end.
Huh.
Interesting.
This limits them. This is like the least amount of power he could leave on board.
It's true. I guess I'm just afraid of the second card that Ysera can give, but it's, you know, I guess maybe he's just gonna play the odds.
Okay.
But now he has a
Lightning Bloom.
swipe. And then TJ, he can just dream.
He's gonna dream the Ysera.
Yeah.
His opponent's Ysera.
Yeah. And now he has to kill this. And if he gets Ysera Awakens...
Oh!
This is Galakrond.
Is he gonna be punished for not killing the Ysera? Is his Galakrond invoked at all?
I think...
Because he has a disciple.
Right. If he has a double kill on the Galakrond, then yes, he should be okay.
Nope, he doesn't.
Oh
Didn't
no.
change. So now he has to hit Malagos or he dies.
I think he's dead either. Oh, yeah, right, because of the extra hail beforehand and the armor gain. Oh! Oh, wow. Oh. But he gets another card. TJ, he gets another card. And he gets to push the 1. He could tie. No, that's not going to tie, right?
No, he can't tie.
Because he's not taking enough fatigue damage.
Oh, that's not an Awakens. Oh no, is that his last chance?
I don't think it was his last chance, but it's
No.
starting to slip away.
Pick the waters.
The Bloodyface has penance, but that doesn't save him from the
I'm gonna win big.
Ysera Awakens.
Right.
Oh, the Forbidden Words!
Oh.
It still doesn't save him from Ysera Awakens, though.
He can. Oh yeah, because the penance and the.
Why didn't he kill the Ysera 2 turns ago?
I guess he was playing the odds. Wow. Saiyan has done it again, just narrowly killing. That's a 1-0 lead for Saiyan. And you can't when it's this close, this deep in fatigue, you gotta wonder if that was the outcome that Bloodyface was expecting, or maybe it was a kind of a surprise to him. But you know, leaving up the Ysera, he knew what the risks were, and it looks like he ended up getting punished by having that extra card being drawn. It ends up being the Ysera Awakens, that damage that he needed.
Yeah. Kind of a crazy ending there, and I mean, you're operating with almost perfect information, except for like what one portal is. I guess when those last portals come out of the deck, you are operating with almost perfect information, except for what one of the dream cards was. So, that one's tough from Bloodyface. I think that leaving would have been, he would have had 3 extra power on board the turn that he would have killed Ysera. Because instead of leaving Ysera up, he would have left an evasive Worm up and the 2/8 Malagos. Maybe that's the right play, just to kind of eliminate all of the extra variables in the deck, which was the Ysera. I don't know. I think he gets there if he does that. But you can't see, kind of hard to see that far ahead as well. So maybe he thought that, I'll just be able to kill this next turn. I want to eliminate as much power on board as possible and go from there. But that came back to bite him at the end because he left 3 less power on board, but then had to deal with 5 extra damage 3 or 4 turns later. So now Saiyan's got an opportunity. Bloodyface does not have a tech deck for Druid. Both these players in their matchup earlier both stayed on primary for all 3 games. I imagine this will be the case.
Yep, this is match point. This is best of 3. Saiyan with 1 final win would go to the top 4. And Bloodyface's streak of consistency will again stop at top 8. We shall see. Those are 2 great cards to start off with, though. Zephyrus and Minor and Lucia. And also, to be kind of fair, Saiyan had a really nutty opening hand, and he still almost didn't get there. Oh, TJ, 1 dragon from greatness. Oh,
But look at Bloodyface's hand. Of what we can see of it. Okay, there we go. He's got Zephyrus. He's got Mind Render Lucia.
Your wish is
True.
Dragon.
Good start.
He's got the
Both players
recipe.
just kind of ramping. Gotta be another Breath of Dreams. Does not hit the dragon. Could shut down the Zephyrus as well if he feels like he wants to hold on to Crystal Power for later, though.
He's pretty
I
consistently killing it on 2.
Yeah. Otherwise, you gotta be okay with taking damage from Zephyrus for multiple turns.
The turn after he
these are
played
just
both
some
of them, he drew a
fire
dragon.
draws. I don't even understand, TJ. What's the secret? Is it the card back?
What card back are they even using? The Dalaran Flame. Oh, that's the one I use. It's definitely not the card back. I don't draw that well.
A simple spell.
I don't know. I've seen our practice games with other casters, TJ.
That was last season. This season, I've been getting wrecked.
That's fair. Twilight Runner, giving him the draws. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, these are some smooth draws on both ends. How do we deal with this Twilight Runner? The easiest way to deal with it would be to commit just hard removal like Shadow Word Ruin, but that just seems excessive.
Yeah, it's 1 damage. 4-mana card to deal 1 damage.
Maybe borrow the Crystal Power with the Mind Vision from Bloodyface. Oh, he could Wave of Apathy and then Shadow Madness. That actually lines up very cleanly. Well, it's a little hard to see sometimes because the art's tucked really deep back, but has the ability to go ahead and do that right now. Raise Dead to find Zephyrus?
What? It keeps hand space for 2 cards here. He's going to have to just dump Radiance. I mean, that's perfectly fine.
Jeez. Okay, well, you kind of set up for the Ysera turn here. Ysera, and then you have Alexstrasza, then you have a bunch of Dragon Portals in your deck, plus Overflow. And as you get more cards, Speaker Gidra gets even more powerful unlocks. So his hand looks very smooth and fluid at the moment. He does, the one caveat is he does leave up the Sethic Veilweaver, but his opponent's almost had a full hand anyways.
Yep. And in Highlander, it's kind of hard to get a lot of use out of it. It's not that threatening of a card. All right, so the puzzle begins.
All right.
You with these boards with the smallest amount of resources possible. Not much, actually. You can go...
I'm thinking he just uses Wave of Apathy and he picked up his Cabal Acolyte. That's kind of a big bummer, to be honest.
Mind Flare on the Ysera. I'm trying to figure out what to do with the rest of the mana. I mean, Galakrond's the other one, but then you give up your hero power.
Galakrond is so aggressive.
It does open up Kronks as like a draw off the top to help deal with stuff.
He doesn't even kill off the Ysera, just kills a Teacher's Pet, which is not exactly what he's looking for because it's a sturdy minion. And now, Saiyan can just go for the Alex.
Ooh.
And like just enough pressure off this Deathwing. He also saw a really weak turn on a bloodyface. Couldn't deal with a lot of stuff. It's looking pretty good for staying here. The alternative could be to push a lot of damage, and try, or rather, set up a lot of damage through things like the Forest Warden Omu right here. But I don't think that is. Actually, it kind of depends on his read of Bloodyface's hand, right? If he's like, oh, he has a bunch of like, if he's like playing Mindrender situations, trying to line it up, maybe Saiyan can get ahead of it. But I really like the Alex Straza line here.
Well, he knows there's a Zephyrus, because there had only been 2 minions that had died when he played Raised It.
Right.
So he doesn't want to extend too far, because he knows that his board could just get removed.
Right.
Like he
also doesn't have like a clean lineup, because if he plays Alex and then plays Overflow, he's going to heal his opponent. So I can kind of see why Sam was hesitant for this Alex Straza. It just seems like it's not going to line up cleanly for what he wants.
Yeah.
What if?
All right, so he can go Mind Flayer and Shadow Word Ruin, and that leaves him 1 mana, so we can start with Mind Vision. Lightning Bloom.
Okay.
Does that open up anything fancy?
I mean, he just basically gained a mana.
Yeah.
It's got to be Shadow Word Ruin.
I thought he was going to Mind Flayer the 12/12. What does he want to do instead?
Your wish is my suggestion.
Oh, Deadly Shot to remove.
Oh, Deadly
so
Shot,
full
okay.
Clear.
Clear the full board, yeah. Does leave him, I mean, if a lot of portals come out this next turn, it leaves him pretty
Right.
limited on things to do. He's going to only have 7 mana crystals.
Also, not a lot of healing left anymore either.
Yeah. Well, Zane might help him out there a little bit.
Yeah, I think staying here, just rather focus on what's important, which is finding his cards and those portals.
That's an 8/8.
Your feeble magic.
That's a 7/7.
Yep.
All things.
That's an 8/8.
I mean, these are hard minions to deal with as well.
And that's an 8/11.
I mean, Satan's got to dump something here. Got to be the Nubasoth, right? Because you want to hold these. You want to hold these cheap spells, and then Bloodyface in the situation where if he plays Myron or Lucia, he's not dealing with this board. Kronks is 5 damage AOE. He's also overloaded. Oh, geez. This is purely
Wave of
Shadow Word
Apathy.
Ruin or bust.
Yeah, Shadow Ruin or Wave of Apathy. What about
Mystery
Choice?
Choice? Wow. Doesn't look like it.
Share your thoughts with the class now.
And it's just going to look at the hand, see if there's anything that he can do, but the reality is
Life is silent.
Bloodyface can't stand the pressure, staying with the comeback victory from the loser's bracket, able to beat back-to-back priests and advance to Sunday to play in the top 4. As, you know, saying we weren't sure exactly where his heart was set when he kind of posted that he was, you know, starting to do other things a little bit in life while multitasking Hearthstone. And he said that he insisted he would keep competing at high level. But, you know, everyone always says that optimistically, and we weren't sure about it. It looks like he really hasn't lost a step. Very nicely done, and it looks like he is going to be joining Eddie for our top 4 from Group B today.
Yeah. And that also means we have 4 unique archetypes for Specialist format in our top 4. We have Turtle Mage, Temple Mage, Highlander Priest, and Malagos Druid.
Wow, look at that.
which is very cool because we didn't have that many unique archetypes to begin with. Actually, those were the 4 archetypes in the top 8. There was no other archetypes.
One of each.
One of each.
Balanced,
so we have,
if you will.
We have the representatives of each archetype in this situation. So Killing All Day versus Saiyan, that will be Tempo Mage versus Malagos Druid, which is cool. And on the other hand, we have Turtle Mage versus Highlander Priest, which is not as cool.
We'll see. I mean, there's some interesting moments for sure, but it'll be a fun and fast day. But that is your top 4 for Americas for this week. As we have 2 newcomers, No Hands Gamer Killing, and we have one of America's greatest historically in Just Saying, and we have basically a player who's been just the most dominant this season in Eddie, and also one of the most dominant just historically throughout Grandmasters. You can see that these players who a lot of people had pointed towards, they had hyping them up leading up to the season, are really starting to deliver, and it's just been a pleasure. And so with that, TJ, we're done. It's the end of the group stage, and we go into the playoff bracket. Any final thoughts that you'd like to say before we wrap things up here?
I think it's just really cool that we have 4 unique archetypes for different types of players, as well as far as like their past in Americas in Hearthstone's history, and looking forward to seeing the conclusion of the final week of Swiss and seeing our division shape out.
That's right. It's going to be really fun. We're all going to start a little bit later tomorrow for Asia Pacific, as it starts 2 hours later than it usually does. And because it's best of 3, because it's specialist, we don't know exactly if the schedule will shift in a pretty dramatic way. So make sure you stay subscribed to this channel, youtube.com/Hearthstone Esports. And of course, you can check out all the things related to the program through playhearthstone.com/esports as well. For Frodan, TJ, and everyone part of the Hearthstone Grandmasters program, thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time for more Hearthstone action.
Hearthstone Grandmasters is brought to you by T-Mobile. Switch today and rank up to America's largest 5G network. T-Mobile.